Hi Kevin, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but I'll just narrate over the video that I took here as best I can. So, before talking about your website, I wanted to kind of talk about your Google business listing. So, when you search for a service, basically there's several different things on a web page. So, at the very top, you'll see sponsored ads. So, this is going to be like your Google guaranteed ads or your pay-per-click ads. Those are going to show up at the very top. And then usually there's like a map with 3 or 4 listings next to it. That's called the map pack. And then below that is the organic listings. And that's where your website comes into play. So to get into like the map pack and to rank in the top there on the first portion of it, you need to have an optimized Google business listing. So we go in, we require this when we work with new customers because they go hand in hand. They're super important for ranking factors, especially with the way that AI is taking over Google. If you're not ranked in like the AI part of it, then you don't even show up. And the AI is using Google business listings instead of websites to preview. So they're just super important to get yourself ranking in these. So, but to optimize the Google business listing, basically we come in here and make sure that you have, optimized photos and that they're geotagged with your location. Make sure that you have the correct categories and services. I saw down here that you have your product, you have one product listed. This is going to be a really important part of your Google business listing, is getting all of the products that you sell on here. Just like you have this one here, you've got it pretty nicely set up where it shows the price and everything. You need to do that for every single one of the things that you sell, as well as the services too. You need to have the updates. The last update you had was, I think, in December of 2024. So keeping this updated with, things that are going on in the business or specials or, your social media posts too. You can kind of have those as your updates. But they're super important to keep that up to date because Google wants to see that you're providing, correct information to the people who are searching for your services. So, I think I was talking about doing the products here, which is what I just talked about. So yeah, building all that out. So basically, that's half of the Google ranking factor for your Google business listing. The other half is what's called citations. So citations are your business name, address, and phone number as it's listed in Google in different directories across the web. So places like Yext, Yellow Pages, BBB, Facebook, anywhere there's a business directory listing. We go ahead and build 200 of those for each client that we work with so that you far surpass your competition and so that it takes them a while to catch back up to you. Each one of those citations is like a vote in Google's eyes. It's like a popularity contest, and those votes really matter for getting you ranked into the map pack. So those are the things that we kind of do to soup up your Google business listing here. And then I should be taking you over the website part here pretty soon. Not sure exactly what I was talking. So anyways, when your website, I plug you in this tool that I use called Ahrefs that shows basically the back end of your website. But one thing I did notice here on your website is that content is king. Whenever you type something into the Google search bar, that's called a keyword. So whatever somebody would type in the search bar to find your service, it's called a keyword, and you get the keywords by putting them into the content on your website. And so you don't have very many words here on the front page, which Google really likes to see like 1,500 to 2,000 words on the home page, and that way you're able to target about 10 keywords or so, because you can only do one keyword for every 125 words of content. So building out separate pages, like for these here, I noticed that you know, most of them are the same kind of setup on the page, but this one that you have, it doesn't. So like these are how the rest of the pages are, how it should be. But there's also this building site evaluation spot that's kind of not utilized here on all of the pages, so I would just take that out of there because it's kind of just an eyesore. But there's one of the pages that doesn't look like this. It goes into like some sort of hold on, let's see. Oh, I was talking about the gallery, because I would just open this up and have the whole gallery on there, because when you click on it, it goes to this weird thing. It doesn't go to the actual gallery. Yeah, there's just some link stuff that's going on, some places that it's linked to that shouldn't be linked to. You're throwing up a code on your home page. There's just some navigation stuff that needs to be kind of tightened up on your website. But basically the UR and the DR score here, this like the trust that Google has in you, that you are who you say you are and you do what you say you do, and the power that's being driven to your website. And you drive power to your website through what's called backlinks. Backlinks are basically any link that another website has that leads back to your website. So if there was a blog post about, you know, home building in Olympia, and the author provided a link that led back to your website, as long as it's what's called a do follow link, that would be that website telling Google that it was okay for them to share their power with you. And so that's how you drive yourself up in the rankings for your keywords. So these are your keywords. It looked like you had a few, and it looks like you're kind of targeting the whole U.S., or at least the, you know, Pacific Northwest states. So we're looking for location-specific keywords here. So you can kind of see, like you've got some in here, you know, like California house plans, stuff like that. But it would, you know, you're ranking in like 4th page, 5th page, 6th page, 7th page. So you can see there, like if you were ranking, you know, higher for the ones that you're showing up for, you'd be getting more of the traffic there. Because the volume is how many people per month are searching for the keyword. The traffic is how many people you're getting to your website per month from that. And then the position is the position that you're in on Google. So you can see here you're in the 17th position for the keyword farm dominium. And you're only getting 1 traffic. So if you were ranking higher for that word, you'd be drawing in more of that traffic. So it's really about, you know, evaluating the keywords that you are showing up for and getting you ranking for those ones, and then doing the competitor analysis to find the keywords that your competition is ranking for that we also would want to get you ranking for, that could, you know, draw in some more traffic for you, and hopefully get them to convert for you. So what we're looking for here is like I said before, location specific keywords, which they have a lot of. So this is going to be something that's going to be really beneficial for us to kind of, you know, go over and pick out the keywords that we would want to get you ranking for to from your competition. So you can see, you know, they're kind of ranked in the top positions for some of these keywords, which is why they're getting, you know, a healthy amount of traffic from them. This is another one of your competitors here. They've got 316 keywords. They're getting 83 traffic. The first one, I think they were getting 300 and something traffic. Let's take a look. Yeah, 315 traffic is what they're getting. So there's traffic that can be diverted to your website that's out there. So, you know, it's just about getting those keywords into the content on your site, and then doing monthly SEO to build backlinks to those keywords, to get you moving up in the rankings so that you are getting that traffic. That's really going to be the most important part. So, but those are kind of some of the ways that I could show you that we could help. I'm sorry that this is kind of hodgepodge together here, and that my first video didn't turn out properly. But if you would like to move forward, basically just reach back out to me through the email that I sent you, or you can give me a call. My number's in the email. And the next step would be just to do a 20 or 30 minute phone call, where I can gather some more information from you to be able to build you a proposal. So I hope that you found this helpful, and have a great night.